Only 1 point port. That's only one. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video I'm sharing my Sam's Club grocery haul with you guys. And I feel like it's been a minute since we've gone to Sam's Club. It always feels good to go there and stock up on some proteins and produce and just some of our favorite staple items, especially when they carry some of the same products for a while. I was happy to see a lot of my staples were still there today. Like I said, it had been a while, and we actually didn't find any new snacks, which I was hoping we would, although I found another one of my favorites, but we'll get there when we do. I'm just gonna be walking through the nutrition and WeightWatchers points for these different items and sharing how I incorporate them to stay on track with my 70-pound weight loss and maintenance journey. I really try to prioritize a lot of 0-point foods, a lot of fruits, veggies, lean meats, stuff like that. And so I'll be going through those things today and how I incorporate them to stay on track. So if you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get started with some produce. So I don't get all of the produce when I go to Sam's. Some of it there's too much of and we don't go through it fast enough, but there are a lot of things I like to stock up on. Of course, we got some bananas, which we get every time we get groceries. Adam has one of these every day, just plain. Sometimes we use them for protein shakes, for creamies, bowls of cereal, but they're just a 0-point item that we always have on hand. We've actually got some back there, but we just always buy more when we go to the store, because if we don't use them fast enough, then I use them for banana bread or breakfast cookies or something like that. We got some lettuce today, so we just get this for burgers, tacos, different copycat meals. A lot of the time when I make like copycat chicken sandwiches at home or something, it's nice to have the lettuce that's similar to what we get when we get the actual fast food. So usually I just get iceberg for that. It's 0 points on WeightWatchers. If we don't use it all for that, I'll chop it up and use it as a salad, but it came with 2 heads of lettuce. They only had red grapes today, so I didn't even have to choose between red and green, but I always get grapes when we go to the store because they're such a nice option when I want something sweet after I finish my breakfast and lunch. A lot of the time I will use them for my snack plates, and I really like the combination of like chicken salad and some cheese and crackers and grapes. A lot of the times I'll have some cucumber, pickles, stuff like that, and just make a nice filling snack plate. Or like I said, sometimes after I finish my meal, I want something sweet, and grapes really satisfy my sweet tooth, and I usually just have a serving of them. We go through zucchini pretty quickly, so this big bag we will definitely use up. And if I don't use it right away, I can shred it and freeze it to use for breakfast cookies. But this is 0 points on WeightWatchers. I use it when I make veggie mix with bell peppers and onion. I also just cut it up sometimes and cook it with pasta. It's a vegetable that I feel like goes with so many different things. So with every dinner, I try to incorporate some type of vegetable, especially when I make like a pasta dish and things like that. And zucchini is a really nice option for that because it goes with a bunch of different flavors and it kind of just bulks up the pasta. I needed some apples, and I'm back on Honeycrisp apples. I didn't see Cosmic Crisp today, but I've been back to buying Honeycrisp because they've been tasting really good, and I just have one every single day after I finish my dinner. Again, it satisfies my sweet tooth. I really like to use fruit to do that, and then if I still want dessert, like some type of chocolate or something like that after, I will have it, but I always just have my apple first. It's 0 points, helps me to get a little more fiber in, and I just actually look forward to it. I feel weird when I finish my dinner and I don't have an apple right after, like if we go out somewhere or at someone else's house or something. So even when we're like on vacation and stuff, I make sure that we get apples so that I can have them after my dinner because it's just such a routine thing for me at this point. Then like I mentioned, for the veggie mix with the zucchini and onion, I chop up bell pepper. So every time we go to Sam's, I get one of these 6-packs. It's got 2 of each color, and these are what I use for veggie mix. And then different meals, the same way that zucchini goes with a lot of things, I feel like peppers also do too. So one of my favorite things is just sauteed pepper and onion on like fajitas or tacos, or like even on a burger or some type of sandwich or something. They really have good flavor when you saute them or you roast them, and they're 0 points on WeightWatchers and really help me to bulk meals up. So I got some more of these. Okay, I have been going through phases with whether I like the frozen strawberries or frozen berries more with my yogurt bowls, and lately I've really been craving the mixed berries. So this is the Members Mark Triple Berry Blend. It's got blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries, and I actually still have some frozen strawberries in the freezer, so I could add some in too when I make my bowls. But what I do is I just put some of this into a bowl, pop it in the microwave for like a minute and a half till it is no longer frozen, and then I top it with my yogurt and some type of cereal or granola, and it is so delicious. I find that with the mixed berries, if I do like a peanut butter cereal, or sometimes I'll even do a drizzle of peanut butter or even mixed powdered peanut butter into my yogurt, all those things together kind of taste like a PB&J with the berries, and I think that's why I've been really craving it and enjoying it. But these are also really good when you do like a chocolate cereal too, or like the Love Crunch granola has little chocolate pieces that melt melt with the berries, and it's just one of my all-time favorite desserts to have. It doesn't even feel like I'm having a yogurt bowl because I've honestly never been that big of a fan of flavored fruity yogurts, but when it's all mixed together with these fruits and then the cereal or the granola, whatever I decide, it is so good. It's so satisfying, and usually my yogurt bowl is around 4 points on Weight Watchers. I also got some cans of corn, so I feel like out of all the canned veggies, I go through corn the most. This has 8 cans in there. There's 0 points on Weight Watchers, and a lot of the time I use them mixed together with beans and tomatoes to make like a taco blend that goes well with like tacos, enchiladas, taco bowls, stuff like that. I just needed more of these. We have a couple cans in there, but I feel like I go through it pretty quickly every week because I like to make those veggie mixes. And then sometimes I've also been adding corn into my ramen and just different meals like that. Moving on to some proteins that I got. So first off, eggs are 0 points on Weight Watchers. I grabbed some of these to use for breakfast. Sometimes I use them for baking recipes too, but I feel like most of the time I just end up using them all for breakfast, for scrambled eggs. Sometimes I'll do like breakfast burritos, breakfast bowls. I have been craving hard-boiled eggs lately, so I might actually make some of these into hard-boiled eggs so that I have a nice 0 point option during the day. Sometimes I'll just mash them with some mustard and maybe like a little Greek yogurt and seasoning, salt and pepper to make like a little egg salad that's really quick and easy. So having the eggs already boiled and ready makes it a lot easier to do that. But 0 points for eggs. I just recently made some grilled chicken, but I grabbed more because it has been so nice to have prepped that even if I prep it and freeze it, it works really well. And I've been having a hard time finding the Tyson blackened chicken lately, so it's gotten me to just start making my own more often, which it's just as good. It just takes a little extra time to actually do it, but I'm always happy when I have it prepped in the fridge or the freezer. So I got some chicken breast here that I'll just marinate and then grill up either on my griddle or the grill, depending on the weather. And then it'll be ready to add to bowls, wraps, sandwiches, tacos, all those things. I got this pack of breakfast sausages. I don't think I've seen this at Sam's Club before, or maybe it's just different packaging, but we really like the brand Al Fresco, and this is their Lynx. So they're chicken sausages. These are the country style. They do have one that's like maple that I really like, but I am glad that they have this one in the bigger pack like this. So there's 4 packs in here that have, it looks like 7 Lynx in each one. For the serving of 2 Lynx, it is 2 points on Weight Watchers, 90 calories, 5 grams of fat, 1 carb, 1 gram of sugar, and 9 grams of protein. So it's a nice option to get a little extra protein in. I like to cut these up and add them to my egg scrambles in the morning, or also if I make like pancakes or waffles, I really like having chicken sausage cut up with some berries and maybe like whipped cream or a little syrup. So these will be really nice to have, and I'll probably freeze a few of them and then just pop them in the fridge to thaw them when I want to use them. I got this 3-pack of lean ground beef. So this is the 93% lean ground beef, which is 0 points on Weight Watchers. For the serving of 4 ounces, it's 170 calories, 8 grams of fat, and 24 grams of protein. And I like to switch off between ground turkey, ground chicken, and ground beef. So I hadn't gotten this in a little bit, and it'll be nice to make into a big batch of either taco meat, or sometimes I make like meatballs or smash burgers, but 0 points and a nice higher protein option. Then we needed some more tuna. So I made sure to grab the chunk light in water this time. Last time I got the oil, and then it's not 0 points on Weight Watchers. So it's 0 points for the can and a nice higher protein option that I like to have with my snack plates. Or I also really like to do like tuna melt sandwiches where I either use like a bagel or some bread and then put the tuna with a little cheese. But I'll mix the tuna with some Greek yogurt and seasonings to give it some flavor. I also really like mixing mustard in. I've got this like Arizona heat mustard that adds really good flavor to the tuna. That's what I like to do with this. It's also an ingredient that I like to mix with pasta a lot. It's really quick and easy to make tuna noodles with some roasted red peppers, some tuna like this. I'll use either mayo or Greek yogurt, maybe a little cheese, some protein pasta, and it comes together really quickly, but it's always one of our favorite meals to eat. So this is 0 points, 90 calories, and then a can has 20 grams of protein. We got some lunch meat, which is 0 points on Weight Watchers. This is their rotisserie seasoned chicken breast. It is 60 calories for the serving of 3 slices, 1.5 grams of fat, 1 carb, 1 gram of sugar, and 11 grams of protein. And Adam uses this for his sandwiches he makes for lunch. We also will sometimes use it for snack plates, but I feel like most of the time it just ends up being used for sandwiches. Sometimes I'll also make like open-faced melts with the turkey, or this is actually chicken, but turkey or chicken. I'll add some cheese onto it and then pop it in the air fryer to get it nice and toasted. And then it's more like a potbelly sandwich where it's actually like a toasted one. Either way, this is 0 points and it's a nice higher protein option. Okay, really quickly, some pantry items. We just needed some more salt, so I like to get the big sea salt grinder like this. I was so excited. They had a giant thing of Taco Bell mild sauce. So this is 0 points. I love to put it on my tacos and nachos and anything that I make like that. And it also just makes it easier to make copycat Taco Bell recipes at home. I also got some seasonings. So this is one of my favorites of the McCormick Grill Mates. This is roasted garlic and herb. So this one's really good for chicken, burgers, honestly even pasta, it's really good. And I just needed some more of that. Then this is a new one I haven't tried, but I was thinking it would be really good with veggie mix. It is Kinder's and it's their roasted veggie. It says all-purpose veggie rub. So I'm excited to try this out and see how it is. This might also just be really good on chicken or with like ground meat. Sometimes I'll even just make some ground chicken and season it with something like this. Mix it with pasta, a little bit of Parmesan or something, and some vegetables. And it's, again, a quick and easy meal, high in protein, and it's got good flavor. Speaking of pasta, my favorite pasta to use is this Barilla Protein Plus. So this comes with 4 boxes. It's got 2 penne, 2 rotini. I honestly don't even need that much more right now, but we go through it so quickly that it's worth it to just buy it at Sam's for a cheaper price. For the serving of 2 ounces, it's 4 points on WeightWatchers, 190 calories, 1 gram of fat, 38 carbs, 5 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 10 grams of protein. And there are so many different meals that I make with pasta. It's one of my all-time favorite things. So being able to use this protein pasta and incorporate it to be able to have pasta multiple times a week has really helped me to just be more sustainable with my weight loss and actually enjoy the meals that I have. One of my favorites to make, I'm always reminded of by this picture, but I like to roast up grape tomatoes and mix them with the pasta with some olive oil, some seasoning, and some cheese. And it's just so quick and easy to throw together, and it always satisfies my craving for pasta. Then I got this 4-pack of Goodles. This is their Cheddar Mac. So this is the most similar to just like regular Kraft mac and cheese, but this is a higher fiber and higher protein option. So the pasta is actually made with chickpea protein. For the serving of 1 cup prepared, and there's 2.5 servings in here, so usually we just split the box between us. But for 1 serving, it is 6 points on WeightWatchers, 260 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 47 carbs, 7 grams of fiber, 5 grams of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. And a lot of the time what I'll do is make this and then we'll have some veggie mix that I can put on top of it, as well as maybe some like shredded barbecue chicken or even like chicken breast I could just cut up, or blackened chicken works really well in it. But whenever I make it, I always bulk it up with some type of protein and vegetable to just make it more filling and to sneak some of those 0 point foods in to get more protein and fiber. Okay, I almost forgot. We got some jasmine rice. So this is a 25-pound bag of jasmine rice and it lasts us for a while, but it's always nice to just buy it in bulk like this and have it ready to prep throughout the week. So we just cook bigger batches in our rice cooker and then put it in containers in the fridge, and then we just have to heat it up when I make like a rice bowl, or sometimes I'll even make fried rice and use some of the already cooked rice, and it's so perfect. One of our favorite things to eat as well. And I just prefer the flavor of jasmine rice, so I don't choose it because it's like fewer points or anything. For the serving of a 1/4 cup, it is 5 points on WeightWatchers, and that's a 1/4 cup uncooked. So once you cook it, it's around 3/4 cup cooked. But I usually like to just weigh it out with my food scale, and I'll weigh out like 135 grams. But for the serving of a 1/4 cup uncooked, it's 180 calories, 40 carbs, and 3 grams of protein. So the jasmine rice is my favorite, and this is just the Members Mark brand. We also needed some more tortillas, and these are the Carb Counter La Banderita tortillas. They're 1 point for 1, 60 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 13 carbs, 12 grams of fiber, and 4 grams of protein. So these are very high in fiber. Usually we'll do like 1 to 2. I'll use them to make quesadillas or breakfast burritos. Sometimes I do like enchilada bakes, and these are perfect for that. It really does make the meal so much more filling because these are just more filling in general because they're so packed with fiber. And they've got some extra protein. But there's a lot you can do with them, and I pretty much just use them the way that I would use normal tortillas. They're just a lower carb, higher fiber option. And out of all the brands that we've tried, this one is definitely the closest to flour tortillas that we've had. That's also only 1 point per tortilla. So we were happy once they started selling them at Sam's, and now they've consistently had them since, and it's been really nice to be able to get the bigger pack of them. Adam loves these. I like the caffeine version more of these, but when I want something carbonated and and kind of sweet to drink and I don't want water, these are a good option to satisfy that craving. These are the sparkling ice Starburst waters. So there's a different flavor this time because I feel like it's always been 3, or I feel like there used to be like orange and lemon, and now this time it has cherry, strawberry, fruit punch, and watermelon, and they're all Starburst. So there's 0 sugar and 5 calories per bottle. It's just nice to have them in the fridge, and then we have them, like I said, as an option that has carbonation and a little bit of sweetness and flavor to it. I definitely still prioritize water, but it's always nice to have these options. Adam grabbed some of his favorite buffalo style chicken dip, which he swears that this was 3 points before and now it's scanning as 2 points. So it does seem like different packaging. They might have changed the recipe. So we'll have to try it and see how it is. But this is just the Members Mark brand. It's 2 points for 2 tablespoons, 60 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, and 3 grams of protein. And he really likes to use this mixed with some grilled chicken and some veggies on a wrap. So he'll use these carb counter tortillas, spread some of this out, add some extra chicken. If I have a veggie mix made, he'll add some of that. And then he just pops them in the air fryer and has buffalo chicken wraps with them. Okay, a couple freezer items that we got today. This was something new that just caught my eye and I really wanted to try it. I don't know if it'll be that big of a portion or anything, but they are shrimp wonton soup bowls, and it says Chinese style shrimp wontons in a savory broth. One container is 5 points on WeightWatchers. It's 170 calories, 4 grams of fat, 27 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 5 grams of sugar, and 8 grams of protein. So I thought this might just be a quick and easy option for like a lunch or something. 5 points isn't bad. I really like shrimp wontons, so I'm hoping these are good. But it sounds like you just add some water to it and microwave them. So we'll have to see how these are. I did get some frozen salmon, which is 0 points on WeightWatchers. Another really great high protein option. For the serving of 4 ounces, it's 0 points, 230 calories, 15 grams of fat, and 23 grams of protein. I really like to just make the whole bag at once. So I'll put it on a tray and bake it in the oven with a little bit of olive oil, some seasoning, and usually I'll do like a garlic buttery type seasoning, but honestly there are so many different options you can do. And sometimes I'll actually divide the bag and do 2 different seasonings, but make them all at once, and that way we just have different options for different flavors. But these are really great to have for like pasta or rice bowls. I really like to shred them up cooked in pasta with some like Parmesan and asparagus or zucchini, and I'm excited to have this. I feel like I haven't had salmon in a while, and every time we eat it, I'm like, why don't I make this more often? But it's also one of those things where if I do make it too often, I get burned out because it is so filling, and I feel like after I eat it, I feel just like very satisfied. But anyway, it's a good high protein option. And then we got this big bag of Members Mark home-style boneless chicken bites. So these are 4 points for the serving of 3 ounces, 160 calories, 5 grams of fat, 17 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 13 grams of protein for the serving. And I really like to have these as an option when I'm making copycat fast food recipes, if I'm doing like a Chick-fil-A breakfast burrito, which they do have a red bag there, the Members Mark boneless chicken bites that taste more like Chick-fil-A. I actually prefer these lately. Also, when I want to do like a barbecue mac and cheese with breaded chicken, or even when we do an appetizer night, sometimes with 2 of the appetizers, I just want some like chicken bites on the side with a sauce, and that way it's a little extra protein and it satisfies that craving for boneless chicken bites. Okay, then the last few snacks that I got. I love these protein chips. They're definitely different because they are made from chicken, and so I feel like they have a different texture than a normal chip, but they have really, really good flavor. I don't usually prefer buffalo flavored things, but these are some of my favorite buffalo flavored snacks. They're 5 points for the serving of about 25 chips. They're 160 calories, 10 grams of fat, 8 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 10 grams of protein. And sometimes I'll just mix like a 2 or 3 point serving with some air pop popcorn because they've got such good flavor on them. But also sometimes I'll just have a plain serving with like a sandwich or something. It's a nice high protein option, but also while satisfying my craving for crunchy, salty chips. Then another higher protein chip option. These are the Quest protein chips. So the flavors that come in this box are nacho cheese and chili lime. They're not my 2 favorites, but I do enjoy them. I definitely like the taco the most, and then maybe the nacho cheese. But I also like the barbecue. That's the other one. For these though, they're 3 points on Weight Watchers for the bag, 150 calories. Actually, they're different for each one. So the nacho cheese is 150 calories, 6 grams of fat, 5 carbs, a gram of fiber, a gram of sugar, and 18 grams of protein. And then the chili lime are 140 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 4 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 20 grams of protein. So these are a perfect option either on the go. Sometimes when I'm like out for the day or if I'm out hiking or something, I will always pack a bag of these. But also I like to have them with my lunches if I'm making like a sandwich or something, or maybe having something that doesn't have a lot of protein. That's a good way to get some extra protein in. That again is a chip, so it satisfies that craving. It's nice and crunchy, and I feel like they have pretty good flavor. Okay, the last thing that I got today, these are the Crunchmaster crackers that are ranch flavored. So these are rice crackers, they're gluten-free, and we tried these in a snack review and just loved the flavor of them. This is definitely my favorite flavor Crunchmaster that I've tried, and I feel like we've tried every flavor that they have. It's 140 calories for 12 crackers and 4 points on Weight Watchers, 6 grams of fat, 20 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 3 grams of protein. And I love these on my snack plates. They're really good when you dip like tuna or hummus or chicken salad in them. They also work well in a snack mix with air pop popcorn because they are so seasoned. They kind of get the popcorn seasoned, and they just have really good flavor. Okay, so that wraps up everything that I got from Sam's Club today. It feels good to have some ingredients. I was out of a lot of produce, so I definitely needed some of that, and now I'll be able to prep some things for the week and just have veggie options for a lot of like dinners and stuff. Also good to have some proteins, and then just stock up on a lot of the other stuff that we go through, especially even the rice. Sometimes I forget to pay attention to how much we have, and then all of a sudden we're just out of it. So now we've got our nice 25-pound bag to last us. But that wraps up all that I got today. I will put the prices at the end of this video, shopping through the store with me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.